Okay, folks. Just an update. Yeah, obviously I haven't posted in a while. I want to get back to a few folks, particular Dark Magician and Alex. Um, so first off, I got the job. I had the whole interview process. I had a sourcer and then eventually a recruiter reach out to me from this other biotech company, which is located half the distance from my house as the other one was located. And the pay is significantly greater. We're talking like about 20K more per year. Um, and even like just with the commute, it's less money spent on gas. They're more medically oriented. It's like almost like a biomedical company. Um, and so there's that. That's a big update. Sort of like a um, yeah, you can say good news. Yeah, good news. Um, so what else? Yeah, I have this photo I took on my phone of like a series of notes for this video, but it's gonna kind of work my way down the list. Um, so first off, it's a significant change of schedule because my other position was a day with excuse me was a night shift position, 12 hours per day. This is a day shift position, and I have to be there by 7 a.m. So it goes from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. You got a half an hour lunch. Um, they do cater lunch there like every day, which is pretty sweet. The food's really good. um, but yeah, so I've been getting up at like 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. Having oh, how many cups of coffee? I used to be having 3 cups of coffee. I'm trying to sort of get it down to just 1 cup of coffee because while it does help, once you get that sort of caffeine crash, you kind of get yeah, you can get jittery and that sort of thing. But so yeah, I've been adjusting to that. Having to like take the shower before I get up, or excuse me, before I go to bed. That would make sense to say before I get up, but anyways, before I go to bed in the evening, that's when my shower time is now. So it's been sort of a 100-degree flip. Because in the past it'd be like, okay, I'm getting up now, afternoon, gonna go to the night shift job, take a shower before I go to work, that sort of thing, as opposed to now where it's like taking the shower after I get home. Um, but so change of schedule. There's a lot to learn for this new job in terms of documentation and just like workplace culture. And there's like, oh man, there's like 3 or 4 different labs that the company has, and you have to sort of know which one you're gonna go to for XYZ, job. Whereas the other one, it was like all one lab because if you're on Team X, then Team X had this specific lab. If you're on Team Y or Team Z, you had a different lab for each of those teams, and so you'd also be on the same lab. Here it's still more like fluid, if you will. Other than that, I've been working on picking up some new skills outside of work relating to work. Specifically, since I really, really, really want to get into the engineering line, given that it's by educational background and all. Um, Having to learn how to program automated liquid handling robots. You were working on he was working on some stuff for that for the last few days. Actually making some progress, and I've been reading up on all the documentation. And one of them they have right now, where I'm actually at the point where they have sort of a series of worked out examples for creating, uh, essentially creating like what they call methods for one of these robotic systems. And my plan is that I complete all of those. I can upload the code to GitHub. I'm going to create a GitHub account, upload the code to that, and then I'll be working on some other stuff, maybe some like bioinformatics projects or so, going through some tutorials and completing those, and then I can upload that code to my GitHub, because essentially one of the things that I've seen for a lot of these places, if you want to get in it, so you have to have sort of your own portfolio, and you can put the link to like your GitHub or whatever it may be where you have all your code stored. and you can essentially say, hey, look at this. This is, an example of my work. I know how to program. I know how to program, A, B, C different systems. I can do this kind of work, etc., etc. So that's that. What else do I have here? Okay, so I got that class I've been taking, kind of slogging through it. I've got a few more assignments left for the semester. There's a term project, and there's a final exam, and I'm waiting on the grades for my midterm, my second midterm. I actually got an 87% on my first midterm. I felt more prepared for the second midterm. Actually, better prepared for it. So I'm hoping that's a sign that I'm going to be doing, even better on that, or at least, getting the same grade as on the last one. Because given that I'm trying to get into grad school, I got to get a B or higher on these classes, and obviously, getting a B plus or an A minus or an A would be ideal. Something, even higher than that. Because I'm essentially working on bumping up my GPA while completing these transition course, requirements, so that I'll be eligible, be able to get into the master's program. Some of the classes I'll have to be taking are technically speaking retakes, because when I took them for chemical engineering, I got like a C in them. So that'll be sort of my chance to sort of, in some sense, erase that, if you will. It's not literal academic forgiveness, but it's sort of like, okay, I can, this time around, get a B or get an A, or, that sort of thing. And with the way that sort of the math works out, bring up my overall GPA, but then in particular bring up my, the last 60 units of undergrad technical, work, technical coursework, bring that GPA up to the point that I can get into the program, get that master's degree, because that's sort of like the key to me, like not having to, I guess, do things the hard way or get stuck in a rut, doing sort of the grunt work, if you will. Beyond all this sort of, life update stuff, let me see. I was making a philosophical commentary. Okay, so, I guess yeah, the day should ever come that I'm some like huge, media personality or influencer or whatever you want to call it. Maybe then I'd be willing to sort of like give my opinion on certain things, but with the way things are right now, I don't really need to like. I don't think I really need to like describe what I mean by that. Turn on the light here quick. But with the way things are right now, I'm just sort of like, I'm treating it almost like I'm back in the Midwest again, and we got a tornado coming through, or some sort of microburst, or whatever the case may be, some major blizzard, or some weather pattern is moving through, and it's causing a lot of damage. And okay, we're gonna go hunker down in the basement or in the storm shelter or storm cellar, and essentially wait for things to sort of blow over. That's kind of what I'm taking, sort of the mentality I'm taking with regards to like politics, culture, money, my career, etc. It's just sort of like that's kind of why I'm so focused on paying off all my debts, getting out of debt, stacking enough cash, working on creating passive income, advancing my career, that sort of deal. Trying to sidestep a lot of the politics and culture, or culture war, if you want to call it that, that's going down right now, especially the area I live in. And some of the folks I do follow on social media when it comes to politics and culture, like I'm sure that I'm very much the contrarian for the area that I live in. And I'm sure a lot of it just has to do with the fact that I was, born and raised in a different area of the country, and, I essentially have a different set of experiences in life, and then of course, obviously the influence of the red pill. Just when you look at things through that sort of lens, you want to call, what do you call it, like bullcorn on a lot of stuff that people say or claim to believe in, you know, and you sort of look at things from a different angle. Maybe maybe seeing things wrong and stuff that other folks, they don't see it, or it's sort of like, uncomfortable truths, or just, stuff that sort of you're not supposed to point out. It's almost like the expression, like the emperor has no clothes, but you're not supposed to tell him that he has no clothes, because just the fact that you're pointing it out is like, a high crime, and you're going to be in trouble basically for it. And when you're just some average Joe dude just trying to get on through life and get yourself out of a financial rut, like having student loans or what have you, you just want to sort of keep your nose to the grindstone and I guess be as innocuous as you can. So yeah, that's kind of like my sense of things. I have been watching a lot of content on YouTube lately. Like I said, some of the stuff does relate to politics and culture, but it's sort of interesting to kind of look at and think of, like, okay, like my mental emotional state being reflected in sort of what I watch. And I've been watching a lot of a lot of camping videos and stuff like that, where folks are sort of uh, going off into the middle of nowhere and building a log cabin or something like that, completely withdrawn from society, and just seeing how extremely peaceful and quiet and relaxing it is, and sort of thinking to myself, wow, I'd love to be able to do that someday. Sort of seeing that as a goal nowadays, not so much wanting to be engaged with the world or engaged with society, um, and not even necessarily wanting to like run away from it all, because I mean I'm still working, I'm still contributing to a lot of what's going on, and insofar as like at the company I work at, we make COVID-19 detection testing kits. So like I'm working on that. I'm involved with that. But at the same time, sort of wanted to have the option that if things really did get better, I just felt like taking a week off or something like that. I could go out to the middle of nowhere and just chill out and not have to, you know, hear about things, deal with stuff, have it thrown in my face, that sort of deal. Um, but anyways, I think I finally recorded this video. I know the lighting's not that great. Light went off in my car. It's getting to evening time. I hope the audio was able to pick up enough and I didn't trip over my words too much. But anyways, that's where I'm at right now. And one final thing to note, as far as NoFap is concerned, I'm right on the cusp of hitting like sort of the halfway mark to the classic 90 days. Which I kind of feel like when you start getting to that sort of point with any of these sort of things, like NoFap, for instance, maybe that's why my perspective starts to change. It's sort of like, okay, I've kind of gotten myself out of that baseline reptilian state of mind, and I'm sort of like looking around the world and seeing all this stuff going down, and I'm involved with and getting involved with and working on things that have nothing to do with that sort of basic reptilian or animalistic sort of set of concerns or what have you. But anyways, that's it for me right now. I'm just gonna stop recording and I'm gonna head back to my room, and hopefully I'll pick the right video from this, and when I upload it, I'll upload it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks around. Bye.